quick. Sorry. Anyways, so it's like there's so much momentum across the board. It's not just like one team seeing success or one or two people seeing success. It's everywhere. And we have to take advantage of that right now. And something that I was talking to some of my leaders about today, which is super important, is urgency. And what I mean by urgency is I don't mean pressure. I don't mean go out there and pressure everybody into signing. But what I mean is that there are a lot of awesome things that you can earn within this company, but there's a time frame with it. So it's like if you don't have urgency to go out there and earn your 4 loyal customers and earn your free product, that is going to carry over into the rest of your business, into the Ruby bonus, and then to the Diamond bonus, and then that's going to trickle down to your team. You have to have a sense of urgency in this business, and all that means is that you have something to be excited about, and you are telling your team, listen, you're this close to a promotion. I know you can do it. Go, 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 go. But there's urgency with it. There's like a time frame with it. So, if you have somebody going for Ruby, and it may not even be for the Ruby bonus, they're just trying to promote to Ruby. Go in there and figure out how much volume they need to get to Ruby and cheer them on and send them a message and say, oh my gosh, you are only 200 in volume away from Ruby and you have 15 days to do it. Like that is huge. That's huge motivation for your team. And if people feel like you're excited with them, they're going to push forward faster to get this stuff done, to make you proud, just to feel like they're doing something to move forward in this business. But it's always going to start with the person at the top. So if I'm not urgent and if I'm not pushing my team, I can't expect them to be out there pushing their team and fighting for those promotions. So it's really important that you guys keep that sense of urgency all throughout your business, because it is exciting and it's easy when you lose that sense of urgency, when you really have no rush in this business. It's easy to kind of just put it on the back burner, and the next thing you know what I mean, 3 days have gone by and you're not posting on Facebook, and then people are like, wait a second, are you not doing It Works anymore? And that's how things tend to kind of fall apart and fizzle out for you. And those of you that are brand new in the business, it's like it is such an amazing time. You have joined this company at the perfect time to get things moving forward in the direction that you want to move forward. We all start this business for pretty much the same reason, I would say. We all start it because we want to bring some extra income. We want to travel more. We want more family vacations. We want to retire our husbands, or maybe we all together just want to quit our jobs and be home. And with that, when you have that initial feeling and that initial excitement when you join, you have to run with that. You have to run with that excitement and that feeling that you have within yourself in order to kind of start moving up the ranks quickly. Because you'll find that in this business is that if you're not pushing for your promotions and you're not motivating people and you're not excited, you can kind of be like a sitting duck. And I'm not saying those of you that are excited are not going to see any, that are maybe your business is taking a little bit slower to take off. I'm not saying that you're going to sit there forever. What I'm saying is that when you join, and when you have something to be excited about, you need to run with that, and you need to take off running with that. Because I can tell you from experience, I've been in the business, like I said, for 3.5 years. I promoted very quickly. And I'm going to be a little honest with you guys right now. I promoted to presidential in 9 months. So my business grew very fast. I had no idea what I was doing. It was kind of just like my excitement, and I was sharing it with everybody, and everybody kind of didn't want to jump in with me. And I can tell you that when I promoted to presidential, I was like, whew, okay, I'm going to take a breather, because I've been working 60-hour weeks, and I've been all over the place, and I've been doing potential meetings, and we didn't have Zoom meetings back then. There was none of this. So it was all in person or over the phone. And, and I was doing like wraps and wrap parties and individual one-on-ones and all kinds of stuff. And I filled my schedule every week like it was nonstop. And when I hit presidential, I was like, okay, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to kind of let everybody kind of do their thing. And I realized at that moment that when I stopped pushing to help other people promote, they stopped too. So what I mean when I say this is that you have to share constant excitement with people, because people are going to run at the speed that you're running. So if I'm running to presidential and it takes me 9 months to get to presidential, I'm going to have a ton of people underneath me that are running with me, because obviously I need people in certain ranks in order to hit my presidential rank, right? So the second that I stopped and I was like, oh, now it's about me. And now I can take a breath and I can just focus on my family and just do what I want to do. Everybody else kind of felt like I left them in the dark. Everybody was kind of like, wait a second, I'm only a Ruby and I still want to promote to Diamond. Like, where do I go from here? I'm kind of losing momentum because everybody above me are all kind of taking breaks. And so what I realized at that time is that you have to set the pace and you have to constantly be a motivator. So even if you hit your promotion that you're going for, so say you've been working really hard to try to get to Ruby and you hit Ruby and you got that bonus, even if you personally want to limit the amount of time that you're putting in your business, which you shouldn't ever at Ruby, I should probably say like presidential or above, presidential or ambassador, but you can't stop being that reinforcement for your team. You can't stop posting on Facebook. You can't stop being that motivator. And what happened to me was that, I'm not going to lie to you guys, a lot of people quit. I'm stuck. A lot of people quit after I went presidential, and it killed me. It like ripped a hole in my heart, because for me, it's like I have so much passion and so much excitement for my business that I felt like I was letting people down. You know what I mean? Here I am telling all these people that this is going to change your life. This business is going to change everything that you've ever thought about, network marketing and running your own business and working with people that you love and just all these amazing things. It's going to change every aspect of your life. And when I promoted to presidential, I was kind of like, okay, they're all going to work and I'm just going to kind of sit here and chill. And that's not what happened. What happened was people felt like I gave up on them. People felt like I kind of walked away from them, and then I was kind of like, all right, she's where she's at and we're all left behind. And I had to do a lot of soul searching, because I know, anybody that knows me knows that's not who I am. But at the same time, I had been working so hard for so long, and I needed to take a break and just spend time with my family. And don't get me wrong, it was worth all the hard work. It was worth the 60 hours a week I was putting into it, because it brought my husband home. But at the same time, people don't see your highs and the lows of the business. They don't see when you're struggling, and they don't see when you've got people quitting on you, and they don't see when people aren't responding to you, and they don't see you sending out those 50 messages a day. They don't see all the hustle that you have to put into this business. So for me, it was really like an eye-opener, because people who you build relationships with, people who you take underneath your wing, those people are going to be with you for your entire journey with It Works. Those people are lifers. They're going to be the ones that go through the ups and downs with you. They're going to be the ones that you can talk about your wins and your losses with. And I didn't really have that when I went to presidential. I was so focused on just getting there that I kind of lost the relationship building aspect and the aspect of being there for my team. And it's been 3 years. So I sat at presidential for 3 years, because I'm not kidding you guys, I had so many people quit on me. So many people quit. And it's, I know what they say, they're not quitting on me, they're quitting on themselves. They're quitting on their dreams and their hopes. But at the same time, I felt like I let a lot of people down. So when I decided that things were going to go differently in my business, right? I was going to do things different. I was really going to pour into my team and show my team how much I appreciate them by doing in-person meetings and conference calls, and not really focusing on my personal business, but focusing on their business. I was going to be urgent for them. I want you to earn this bonus. I want you to get to this rank. I want to do whatever it is that I can do to help you feel confident enough in yourself that you can do this, that you can move up in this business. And it's so important to have people who believe in you. It is so important in every aspect of your life to have people who believe in you. And I was lucky enough that once my husband saw the vision, really retired from his job, he was so supportive. Imagine that, right? Quit his job, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I love It Works. It's like the best thing ever. But the thing is he was my number one supporter after, once he saw like the ups and downs of this business and kind of all the hard work I was putting into it. We had a really awesome talk one night, and he was just like, what do we do next? You know what I mean? Like, where are we going to go after this? What are we going to do next? And I said, I'm going to go ambassador, and that is going to happen. I'm going to go ambassador one day, but I need my team to see the potential of this business. I'm sick and tired of saying, I'm a presidential, I'm here, I'm at this rank, it's possible. I need to go out there and I need to show my team it's possible. So whether you're an executive or a Ruby or an Emerald or a Diamond, it doesn't matter what rank you are. You need to show your team it's possible by focusing on them, by helping them keep urgency, by helping them stay consistent, by helping them reach their promotions. It's going to help you reach yours. And this business is all about helping other people. We talk about this all the time, building relationships and helping people. And you know what's amazing is that the second I stopped focusing on my promotion, stopped focusing on it. I need a lot to go ambassador. A lot needs to happen for me to go ambassador, and I'm okay with that. When I started focusing on my people, on my team, hitting these promotions and moving up in the company, my business has never been busier. It's never been this amazing. I've never had this amazing group of people involved in my business that are promoting, that are winning. They're just winning at everything. There are so many people right now that are on fire. And it's amazing to see, because when you've been in the business for as long as I have, I've been in the business for 3.5 years, you see a lot of stuff. And if you're new to this business, some of you are very lucky and you have a ton of people that are supporting you right off the bat. But for the most of the people that join this business, they don't have a ton of support. We don't have a ton of support. I didn't have a ton of support at the beginning when I joined. I want to say that I think a couple of my high school friends were my first 4 loyal customers. Nobody in my family, not my mom, not my brothers, nobody, not my aunts, none of them. None of them supported my business. It was kind of like I wrapped a couple people that had messaged me on Facebook and they became my loyal customers. And everything else was relationship building. Everything else that I brought into my business was me basically hitting the concrete and getting out there and putting wraps on people and building those relationships while I waited the 45 minutes while they wrapped. So it's like, those of you that are starting this business and you have your 4 loyal customers, kudos to you, because it's not the easiest thing for everybody to do. And I know everybody's always like, oh yeah, that's no problem, I'll get my first 4 loyal customers. And then you go and make that first post on Facebook and next thing you know, it's crickets, right? Nobody's commenting, nobody's messaging you. And you're like, wait a second, where's all my support? Just know that we support you, that we've been there, that we've gone through this, and we're going to help you. Your sponsor, your Ruby upline, your Emerald upline, your Diamond upline, we're all going to help you get to where you need to go, okay? So grab a hold of whoever's above you and whoever is below you and show them that this business will work for them, okay? There's 15 days left in the month, and I want you, your goal for the rest of the month is if you have a distributor underneath you, you're going to help them promote. That's your goal, not you. They may even promote over you. That's okay. I'm telling you. But you're going to find one person that you've enrolled that's on your team, and you're going to reach out to them and you're going to say, what can I do to help you? And the reason is because people lose their confidence in this business very quickly. And it's not because they're doing anything wrong. 9 times out of 10, everybody's doing everything right. You're doing everything right. You're saying the correct things. You're hosting virtual parties. You're doing in-person parties. You're chatting with people on the phone about the opportunity, or, talking to people, trying to get orders for your loyal customers. You're doing everything right. I can tell you that. But when you hear no so many times, or you start getting ignored over and over again, you tend to get in your own head, and then you're stuck. And then you're like, man, I can't do this. I can't sign a loyal customer. I can't sign a distributor. Maybe I'm not good at this business. And what happens is those thoughts start taking over everything that you do when it involves this business. And then you kind of get to that point where you're like, I'm only going to post on Facebook like once every 3 days because I don't want to annoy anybody and I don't want people to delete me. I'm telling you right now, you've got to get over this fact of the business, okay? I see it all too often where people are so excited, they get all gung-ho, they are posting, and all of a sudden it just stops, and then they just stop posting. And I'll reach out to people when I notice it, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Like, why'd you stop posting? And they'll tell me, I'm just not getting as much support as I thought I was going to get. And the number one thing that I say to them is, keep on moving, because eventually that warm market that you thought was going to be so supportive is going to run out anyways. That is going to end. Everybody that you know that's in your friends list, that you have are family, family, friends, whatever, they're all eventually going to either try the product, become a distributor, or become a loyal customer, and that's going to run out. And then what are you going to do? So maybe you have to do things a little bit backwards to start off. Maybe you have to start by finding perfect strangers and building those relationships and sharing the passion that you have about It Works and about the products before your friends and family kind of jump in. There's nothing wrong with that. And there are a lot of girls that see a lot of success just by doing that. My sister-in-law, who I talk about all the time, she just promoted to Diamond 2 months ago. She's been in the business for 3 years, and she has built her business strictly off strangers. She had a couple people at the beginning join her that were friends. I think maybe three. 3 people when she first signed up joined her in this business, and I'm pretty sure they kind of all fizzled out anyways, but 3 of her friends or people in her warm market joined. Everything else, you guys, are strangers. Everything else, every loyal customer, distributor, they're all perfect strangers. And she got herself to Diamond. Maybe not as fast as she wanted to, but one thing she didn't do was quit. One thing she didn't do was give up. The only way to not earn these bonuses and to not be successful in this business is to quit. So those of you that have started, those of you that have been in the business for a long time, take that off the table. Just stop saying it for a day. Like, if I don't make my money back in a month, I'm probably not going to continue to do this. Or if I'm not Diamond in 3 months, I'm going to quit. Take that off the table and just let your journey be your journey. Just enjoy it. Just embrace it. Have fun. Meet new people. Get raps on people. We know these products work. Okay, you've seen plenty of before and afters. You can go look at our DT Nation 2.0 page and see all the amazing comments and pictures and everything that people post about talking about how much they love their products or love our products. We know these products work, and all you have to do is run with that. All you have to do is take your product brochure in your box of wraps and go out and talk to as many people as you can. The more people you talk to, the more likely you're going to get people to sign up. And, I don't always want to feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, because I talk about it a lot, but this business is a numbers game. It's all about talking to as many people as you can. The more people you talk to, the faster you're going to move up in this business, because the more people you're going to get to say yes. When I first started, we used to do this thing all the time where we would say, go get 100 no's, right? Get 100 people to tell you no. And I want you to write down, out of 100 people that tell you, out of 100 people that you talk to, how many yeses you get. And it was so amazing, because it's like, there were a couple girls that at the time were already presidential or ambassador diamonds. I was a Ruby when they did this. And a couple of the ambassador diamonds made a post about this, and they were commenting to talk about how many people they were talking to and how many people that said yes and how many people made them a millionaire, right? So Ashley Sinclair actually just talked about this at It Works U in Texas. And she said, 7 people made her a millionaire. 7. That's it, right? So when they first did this, go get 100 no's, she was one of the people to comment. And I have always loved Ashley Sinclair because of this, because she is so real. And if you don't follow her on Facebook, you need to go follow her. But she said out of 100 people that she talked to, she had 20 yeses, okay? Of those 20 yeses, they became either distributors or loyal customers, okay? 7 people became distributors, okay? Out of those 7 people, 2 of her personally enrolled got her to ambassador. The other 3 that got her to ambassador were people that somebody else brought into the business. So when they were talking about this and they were saying all these numbers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of confusing. As I've been in this business for so long, it totally clicks, because my triple that I used to go presidential was not somebody that I personally enrolled. She was enrolled by a girl that I had enrolled. So it's like, it doesn't matter what happens or where these people come from, or how many people you talk to in a day. What matters is that you're bringing solid people into the business, who are then in turn bringing solid people into the business. And it's like, you never know when that's going to switch for you. You never know when that light switch is going to go off, and that's somebody that is on your 4th level, because it's somebody that your sister enrolled or that your sister's friend's brother enrolled is going to take you to the top. So, you know, when you're looking at this business and when you're thinking about what I can do to move forward, and when you're thinking about what I'm not good at and what I can't do, and, you know, all these things, it's like you are so good at more than you give yourself credit for. Okay. So for one, you're good at taking chances, because taking a chance on this business is huge. It's a huge chance that every single person takes. Okay. 2, posting on Facebook. You're good at that, right? We're all good at that. How many times do you post on Facebook that has nothing to do with it works? And people like, and people comment, and people acknowledge it, right? So you're good at posting on Facebook. Okay. So you're good at that. The number one thing you have to get over is being scared to post on Facebook, is being scared to be excited about It Works and the journey that is yours and what you plan on doing with It Works. So if you're out there sharing your heart and sharing your soul with everybody on your newsfeed, people are either going to love it or they're going to hate it. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been there, even if it doesn't even have to do with It Works. It could be anything, political, anything. People are going to have opinions about everything. And one of my favorite quotes is like, you know, they don't pay your bills. And it's the truth, because at the beginning of my journey, I had a lot of people that gave me a lot of negative feedback. I had a lot of people that made fun of me and talked about me and all this stuff. And it's hard. It's very hard to get over. And I feel like for me, I'm a little bit of every color personality wise, but I think I'm more of a yellow. I'm more sensitive to things like that. I get along with everybody. And I'm like the type of person that, you know, whatever you choose to do in your life, if it makes you happy, I will support it 100%, because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me, right? Nothing that somebody else does is going to directly affect me. So why not be happy and why not support them? That's just the type of person that I am. So when I was getting all this negative feedback at the beginning, I was like, man, what is the deal? What is the problem? And I realized shortly after I went Ruby and then I earned my $10,000 bonus and I went Diamond, so many of these people started turning around. And so many of these people started coming back to me and they're like, man, are you really making that kind of money? Like, is that the truth? And 9 times out of 10, the issue is never with you. The issue is with themselves. They have so much insecurities, or maybe they're jealous, or maybe they thought about doing something like this, but they didn't have enough will or drive to actually go out and do it. So they kind of just let it kind of just blow past them. There's all these reasons why people don't show the support that you would like them to support. But at the end of the day, those people aren't going to pay your bills, right? Those people aren't going to dictate whether or not you're successful in this business. The only people that dictate whether or not you're successful in this business is you. So when you don't post on Facebook, people will forget that you're doing It Works. When you take 3 or 4 days off from your business, that loyal customer that you were following up with is now going to sign up under somebody else because somebody else reached out to them and they were ready. Same thing with distributors. So I know I wanted to talk about, you know, finishing the month strong, but all of this goes hand in hand. Like, all of this is the reason why we are It Works. And all of this is our reasons why we're successful within It Works. You know, it's all about believing in the ability to make $10,000 a month, or the ability to retire your husband from his job, or the ability to take more family vacations, and all the things that you want to do. It all starts with where your head is at with your business and taking it seriously. This is a business, you guys. And some people start it just for fun, just to hang out, meet new people, and that's awesome. But for those of you that started it because you want a better life for your family, you want more, you want to move forward, take the time frame off the table. Because there are people promoting to ambassador in a year. I know, I've seen it. They're burn right past me, right? Fly right by me. People that have been in the business less than I have, they're promoting to ambassador very much faster than I'm not there yet, but you know what I mean? So it's like, it happens. It's all a part of this business. So we talk about putting your blinders on and not paying attention to what's around you, but just focusing on what you can control, focusing on your business, on your posts every day on Facebook, on your follow-up with your loyal customers and potential distributors, on your downline and what's going on your team. What can you do to make it better? What can you do to help your team out more? What can you do to make your loyal customers feel like they're appreciated? All these things will have a great impact on your business. And during all of this, you're not going to stop posting on Facebook, and you're not going to stop talking about how awesome this company is, and you're not going to stop talking about the potential. And for those of you that are brand new or newer, or maybe you're not where you want success-wise, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. It honestly doesn't. I signed more distributors when I first signed up as a distributor, when I didn't know what I was doing and I wasn't making any money, than I do now. When I tell people like my success and how much money I make, they are a little bit turned off because they feel like they can never reach that point. They feel like it's like something that doesn't really exist because there's only a few presidentials and a few ambassadors. But what people don't know is that we've only got, in December, we only had 105,000 active distributors. So we're at 93 ambassadors, you guys, 93 ambassadors. When I started this business, there were 30 ambassadors, 30. Now there's 93. So it's like eventually there's going to be 10,000 ambassadors. Eventually there will be. And you guys are all going to be one of them. And you just have to have that belief in your head that you can get there. Maybe it takes you 5 years, but who cares? Who cares if it takes you 5 years to get to ambassador? Who cares if it takes you a year to close a distributor? I'm going to tell you a story right now. I've been talking to this girl for 2 years. It was 2 years in December. Okay, so 2 years and 4 months. She still hasn't enrolled. And it doesn't matter to me because in the process of her finding the time that works for her, I'm still talking to new people and I'm still enrolling, and I'm never going to walk away from that. So when she's ready, she's going to enroll with me because I will have never given up on my business. Or it's like when people jump in this business and they're talking to people and they're like, man, I've been talking to somebody for 2 weeks and they haven't enrolled yet. Just think about how long it took you to sign up with your sponsor. And there are very few of you that jumped on board right away with somebody new that joined and they said, hey, come do this with me. But for the most part, it takes 6 months or longer for people to actually jump on board in this business. 6 months or longer. Like, that's pretty amazing. So it's like you have to make this longevity. You have to take away the time frame on this. You have to stop saying, well, if I'm not here by then, or if I'm not here by then, you're putting negative thoughts in your head. What you're going to say is, I'm going to be diamond by August, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. That's what you want to say. Those are the things that you want to do to keep yourself moving forward. And then you're going to figure out, what's my game plan? What's my game plan to get to diamond by August? And you're going to figure out a schedule, and you're going to make yourself a list of things that you're going to do on a weekly basis that is going to be income producing. And next week's Zoom is going to be all about that. It's going to be filling your schedule up with things that are income producing. And I'm going to have some of my leaders on this because there's so many girls that are promoting to diamond and above. And they're doing it with full-time jobs. They're doing it with full-time families, with kids, with everything, okay? They have all the excuses in the world to not have this work for them, right? They're too busy. They can't afford to take time off, or they can't afford to do this, or they can't, be at the trainings. There's all these reasons why people have that they feel like they can't work this business. And I want you to hear from them because I want you to be able to relate with somebody that's already in this business and that's seeing success, because that's a huge key part of it too. It's like we follow a lot of top earners, right? You follow the Dunns, you follow Jade Hooper, you follow the Conways, maybe, you follow all these ambassador diamonds because, they're motivating and they're inspiring. I want you to go follow rubies. I want you to go follow emeralds. I want you to go follow diamonds, because I want you to see people that live hard, everyday lives, busy lives, full-time jobs, full-time kids. I want you to follow them and see what they do in their journeys and how positive they are and how they never give up and they never stop and they never feel like, or they never make anybody else feel like this is a waste of time. Because I can guarantee you what, at the end of the day, when you hit those promotions, when you get to where you want to be, and when your team is with you, there's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling than knowing that not only did you say yes, right? So you said yes to this opportunity, and look at all the people that said yes behind you. Look at all these lives that you had a hand in changing. And you guys, I have been in this business for 3.5 years, and there are 25,000 people in my downline. 25,000, all because I said yes. Isn't that crazy to think about? I mean, when you look in your back office too, and you start with 5 people, and then it's 10 people, and then it's 50 people, and next thing you know, it's 100 people. 100 people is a lot of people. That's a lot of lives that you're changing out there, whether it's physically or financially. It's a ton. It's so many people. So when you're finishing this month, when you're working on your promotions, when you're thinking about what to post on Facebook, when you're trying to figure out how you're going to move forward in this business, okay, you need to ultimately think about, who am I going to help? What am I going to do to help somebody today? Because I guarantee you, when you start thinking like that, it takes the pressure off yourself. And then you're going to stop saying, I can't sign distributors. And you're going to stop saying, I can't sign loyal customers. And you're going to stop saying, I can't get anyone to join me. You're going to stop saying those things, because it's not about you anymore, because it's about your team and the people that you bring into this business. So tomorrow, okay, I want you to contact, I don't care how many people you contact in your downline, anybody that's working, anybody that's excited about this, and I want you to help them feel the urgency that is within this business to get them to promote, okay? So if you feel like you're too far off and it's just not going to happen, and a promotion's not going to happen for you this month, reach down to somebody in your team and look at them, and they see that they have 2 distributors. Awesome. So let's see how much volume they need in order to promote to executive. So you look at their downline, you see where their volume's at, you look at both. Obviously you need 2 qualified legs to get to executive. And I want you to reach out to that person and be excited for them. Be excited for them. Make it about them and just say, oh my gosh, you're 100 points away, or you're 100 in volume away from promoting to executive. What can I do to help you? What do you need from me? That's what you want to do. That's the stuff that you want to do to take the focus and the pressure off yourself and make it about other people. If you don't have any distributors below you, I want you to reach out to your upline and say, dude, what do you need to promote? How close are you to promoting? And if they're not close to promoting, find somebody on your sideline. I mean, just be a cheerleader. Just be involved in somebody's promotion, because when you're involved in it, I'm telling you, it's a game changer for this business. It's a game changer for you, because you realize it's not about just yourself. It's about other people. There are other people in this business. There are other people who, are living paycheck to paycheck and really need this business to work. And when you hear that they can pay their mortgage with an It Works check, or they can pay a car payment, or they can pay just their groceries for the week, it changes everything for you in this business. So I want you to be a little selfless for tomorrow, and reach out to somebody and figure out what it is that they need from you to help them reach their goal. And then what I want you to do is I want you to message 10 people. I want you to message 10 people that you feel like would either be great at this business or could benefit from using our products. Ask them to host a virtual party for you. Ask them to host a sample party for you if they're local to you. Tell them more about being a distributor. Just welcome them into this journey that is It Works, because you would be surprised how many people are interested in the business or interested in this opportunity, but they just have never been asked. So start making those connections and start building those relationships, and get out there and talk to more people. I promise you, it will change your business. For the rest of the month, the next 2 weeks, I want you guys to host virtual parties. You could do them for yourself, you know what I mean, for yourself, or if you have like a team, do a team virtual party and get everybody involved. I would probably do like emeralds, emeralds in below. If you have a big team, I would do it that way. But rubies, you can host parties for your team and your executives and your distributors on your team. But just host virtual parties and get yourself familiar with doing virtual parties. Get yourself familiar with talking to people. One of the cool new features that Facebook has in their events page is that you can go live. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something. So when you host a virtual party, I want you to introduce yourself. At the beginning of that virtual party, you need to go live and you need to introduce yourself and talk about why you started this business, and why you started the business, how long you've been doing it, and what your ultimate goal is. Because when people see real people shooting for real goals, they tend to kind of magnetize to you a little bit more. They tend to be more supportive. They tend to be like more encouraging, and they'll pay attention to what's going on in your virtual party. So do virtual parties, you guys. This is such a huge income producing activity. And the reason is because most people don't know that we offer so many awesome products. So if you're getting ready to do your launch party or you're getting ready to do a launch party for a new distributor, I always recommend doing a virtual party first, because invite everybody to that virtual party, talk about the products, go over all the products, and then at the end of that virtual party, you're going to say, I'm going to follow up with an in-person party for those of you that are local with me. You can actually come and sample most of the products that we just talked about tonight. More people are going to show up to your in-person parties when you do stuff like that. It's a learning game, you guys. It's all about teaching people that we are more than just wraps, and that we have incredible products with all kinds of different lines. We have something for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're old, young, man, woman, it doesn't matter. We have something for everybody. And I think that we need to spend more time showing people that. And they're going to turn around and they're going to come to you, and they're going to want to be your customer, and they're going to want to be your distributor. More and more people are hearing about It Works. And this is nothing but beneficial for us, okay? Because when I started, not very many people heard about It Works. So it took a lot longer to build those relationships and get people to actually jump on board. Whereas now, 9 times out of 10, people that I talk to, they're like, yeah, I've seen it on Facebook, or I've seen it on Instagram, or my cousin sells it, or somebody I know sells it or posts about it. They've seen it. So we've just got to keep with that. We've got to keep showing people that what we are and what we do and how exciting this business is, and how we're in a momentum right now that is game changing. This is a game changing time for us right now. And you guys are all going to see success from this. I just know it. Everybody that's in the business right now, you are going to be at the top of this company at some point, because you never quit and you never gave up. So just keep pushing and keep doing and keep going, and make sure that you guys have urgency. Urgency is so key in this business. I can't say it enough. Like, make sure you get your 4 loyal customers. Make sure you're helping your distributors get their 4 loyal customers. Make sure that your loyal customers are getting their product within the specified time frame that they chose. Make sure that they like their products. All this stuff is urgency. It's all excitement. It's all going to push your business going forward. So, before I cut this off and before we end this, does anybody have any questions, like specific questions that you may be struggling with, issues you may be struggling with, or ideas? Or yes, go ahead. Shanti, is that your name? Shanti?
Yeah, that's me.
Hi.
Hey. So I've been having a lot of problems with people getting the cleanse and having back order, and they're still waiting. It's been a month and so. How do you deal with that?
Have you submitted tickets?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so anybody that it's over a month, send me their information, and I will send it to my BAM. I have a business account manager, which basically means my own personal customer service rep. So anybody that's over a month, send their information to me, and I will have him look into it.
Okay, because I have 3 customers where they're asking, because it's been a month now, and they're like, hey, where's the cleanse? I'm like, okay, yeah. Still back order, sorry.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a month. It definitely shouldn't take a month. So yeah, and are you local? Are you in Phoenix?
No, I'm in Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys are local and you have loyal customers here, I have a few cleanses on hand that I'd be happy to give to replace. But yeah, anybody else that if you're over a month and you've submitted tickets and nobody has responded to you, or they just keep saying it's on back order, please message me so I can get these specifically looked at by my BM, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
We still have the Ruby bonus, and I wanted to put a post since today was the 15th, because I do Instagram and I have my business page and then personal. I just get kind of tongue-tied sometimes, and I don't want to just throw up words. How can I put it so, like it's the 15th of the month, if this is what you've been thinking about, to join the team and have a chance at the Ruby bonus. So, I don't know how to word that.
So something that I like to do is I always like to kind of tell people that if you join today, you know what I mean? Like, today is a great day to join, because if you join today, you get an additional 2 weeks to earn the Ruby bonus. So that's something that I like to use because, you know, if they sign up today, they get basically the month of April for free to try to get that Ruby bonus. That is something that I like to use. The number one thing I can tell you about posting is don't overthink it. If you find yourself going to make a post and you delete it, you don't like it, you change it, just walk away and go back to it in 5 minutes when you can get a little bit of a refresher. Because what happens is when you start force posting, then it can come off very salesy and just not you. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that when you're posting stuff, it's always thoughtful. Okay. So like I would make a post, like if there's somebody in something too that I've been thinking about doing that I've been seeing other teams do is talking about other people who have earned the Ruby bonus. Like this is my friend, you know, so-and-so, she earned the bonus in, you know, 2 months, 3 months. You know, she got her $1,000 Ruby bonus or $500 Ruby bonus in 2 months. When you join today, you get an extra 2 weeks, something to that effect. So you're kind of showing an example of somebody who's actually already earned this bonus, and you're giving them an additional reason why they should do it, why they should sign up now. That's kind of
okay. So they have 2 months. So it's May and June through the end of June, or just through the end of May if they sign up now?
They have through the end of June.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That helps a lot because I do overthink it.
We all do. We all get there.
Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Does anybody else have questions about month-end stuff? Any ideas that you're throwing out there for your teams? The thing about this business, and the thing that I love about this business, is that we get so many opportunities to change the way we do things. So it's like if something isn't working right for you, change it. Do something else. If you posted for the last 2 weeks and you haven't gotten any response from anybody, nobody's messaging you, nobody's liking you, change your posts. I highly recommend never using like those, the pictures that corporate post, like of a cleanse, you know what I mean? And it says like, it works at the bottom. Obviously before and afters you're going to post, but like the corporate pictures that they post of the products, I personally would never use those. And the reason why is it because it just looks like your store. It looks very salesy. So I would take a picture of you holding your cleanse, take a picture of you drinking your greens, taking a picture of you drinking your ProFit, using your cleanser, your lip and eye cream, whatever it is. You need to use pictures that bring people into your life, okay? You don't want to use pictures that somebody's like, oh, it's another ad. You want to bring people into your life and say, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm using it, and this is why I love this business, or this is why I love this company. That goes so far for people. The Ruby bonus too, you know, I see a lot of, you know, the $500 Ruby bonus, like in big letters and stuff being posted. I feel like there are a lot of distributors now. There are a lot of distributors, and a lot of people have mutual friends on Facebook with other distributors. So you want to be the one that stands out, right? You want to be the one that separates yourself from all the other distributors, especially on Instagram, because when people are searching for stuff, you're probably going to show up on Instagram with 500 other distributors that are posting or using that same hashtag. What is going to make you different from everybody else? What's going to make you stand out? And that's how you kind of have to think when you're posting on Facebook and when you're posting on Instagram, is what's going to separate you from everybody else. There's a lot of things that can. There's a ton of stuff that can separate you from everybody else. But you got to find what it is. You've got to get creative, and you've got to come up with a system that works for you, that represents you, that people are, that when your friends and family are looking at your post, they're like, oh yeah, that's really that person, and not something that they're like, wait, that doesn't even sound like, you know, so-and-so. You want to make it yourself. You just want to be excited about what you're doing. That's really all it is, but it's got to come from within you. It's got to come from your heart. It's got to come from passion. It's got to come from wrapping people and seeing success from other people. That's where it's got to come from. It can't just be a copy and paste from somebody else's post. You've got to make everything your own. If you want to use somebody else's post as like an idea, or to get creative, or to come up with your own things, go for it. I'm all for that. But copying word for word, I feel like that's something that we need to work harder on. That's something that we kind of need to change, because we're all creative. We're all going to be good we're all good at one thing or another within it when it comes to Facebook, but you got to make it your own. Okay. Who else has a question?
I have one more question.
Okay. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay. Do you know when they're coming back with the Spanish catalogs? Because I have a new customer in New Mexico, and she's got some ladies that she works with, but they only speak Spanish, and I need some Spanish catalogs desperately.
Okay, so I didn't realize that they were out in the At Work store. I do know that they're coming out with a new product. So I'm going to assume that once they come out with a new product, all the product catalogs will be updated. They're coming out with a new product in May and at Green Carpet. So 2 new products.
Of course they are. We just ordered some new catalogs.
Oh, trust me.
Oh.
I've got catalogs from 2013. I mean, it's just the way it goes. They come out, but it's awesome. You know what I mean? They're constantly coming out with new stuff to keep us on our toes. So it's definitely exciting. But yeah, I will look and see if I can't find out why there aren't any of the Spanish catalogs right now. But I do know that sometimes when they come out with new product, they kind of pull the old catalogs off, especially if they ran out. They're not going to reproduce more. So, but I can definitely find that out for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Shanti. Did you have a question?
Yes, Ashley. Have you heard anything about like joining Mexico? Because I have a lot of customers that would love to join from Mexico, and I haven't heard anything about Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever be open in Mexico. I don't think it's top priority right now. I know that there would be a ton of people who would love that. Would be such a huge market. But I don't think it's as easy as it seems. You know, I don't think it's as easy to get into a country like Mexico as it is as to open in smaller countries like Italy and stuff like that. I just don't think that it is a high priority for them right now. I could be wrong. We can come out with Mexico. Sunday could be the new announcement that we're open in Mexico. I have no idea. They don't really tell us that much, but I know Mexico has been on the list of countries that distributors want to open in for a really long time. So it could be in the works. I just haven't heard anything.
I hope so. I will have so many customers if I get in Mexico. Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, no problem. All right, does anybody else have any questions this evening? So what are we going to focus on? Urgency, right? Urgency. We're going to go out. We're going to help our teams promote. We're going to make sure our loyal customers are happy. Okay? And we're going to stop being afraid of other people. Okay? We're going to stop worrying about what other people think. We're going to stop being afraid to post on Facebook. We're going to stop caring about the people who don't pay our bills. Okay? Right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we're going to make money, you guys. You're going to go out and make money. You're going to change lives. And a year from now, you guys are all going to be sitting on your couches sipping cocktails because you're all retired. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Every single one of you. You guys are all right now will be eating filet mignon, sipping on some champagne, and just being really excited about the new life that you live, all because of It Works. I promise. Well, I don't promise, but if you follow the steps and you do what we teach you, I promise that you're going to see success. I can guarantee that. But, it all starts within you guys. It all starts with, staying on task, staying consistent, having urgency, making sure that you're doing all the things that need to be done within the time frame so that not only you're succeeding, but your team is as well. It's like follow the leader. The person at the top kind of leads the way. So if you're a new distributor and you're bringing in people to your team, you need to lead the way. You need to show them, this is how I got my 4 loyal customers. This is how I earned the Ruby bonus. This is how I got my Diamond bonus. These are the things that you're going to do so that you can do the same thing. And cheer them on, root them on, be there for them, dive into your team, help them out, do trainings, do virtual parties, meet with their potentials. All these things are a huge impact on where your business goes. Because remember, it's just not only about you. It's about other people too. So, all right, guys. Well, it's great chatting with you tonight. Thanks for being on a Friday night. You know, I know everybody's got big plans. So you guys have a good night, and we'll chat soon. Hasta.